Hello everybody, welcome to my guide. Hope you're doing fine. I know I am. I'm really excited to share with you a build I've been working on for about a week now, and it is my interpretation of a trample slide build. So let's jump in. Alright, so I'm gonna start by going over the gear, because depending on what gear you're using, you might want to swap some skill points in your skill tree. I also want to add that this build does not require uniques. On the contrary, I think this build is even better without uniques. You can roll cooldown reduction on your head, which is insane, and also Earth and Bulwark ranks on your chest piece is always nice. And you can roll damage and damage reduction, whatever. You can roll stuff on your chest piece, which is also very nice. And not only that, you also get 2 more legendary aspects on your gear entirely, which is insane. I mean, if you happen to find like a Shaco Harlequin crest, sure, use it. It's an insane item. If you have it, use it, but it's an extremely low drop chance, so I'm not gonna make this build for people that actually use this item, I guess. Um, I'm personally, by the way, using double uniques, and the reason for that is I was a pulverized druid, and then I changed to the Stormclaw druid, and then I changed to Landslide. So I just haven't found anything better. If you, yeah, if you have it, you can use it. If you don't have it, don't use it. Just use something else with like cooldown reduction, maybe something like this. Cooldown reduction, willpower instead of strength would be nice. All stats, life instead of lightning resistance. I would use this helmet instantly if it had it. I would ditch my uniques, but sadly it doesn't. Maybe I'll use it anyways. We'll see, maybe. But when I made the showcase, this is the gear I was using. So Vasilis Prayer. I have a life gem in here. On our gear, we want blue gems. We want the sapphires because we want the damage reduction while fortified. I put life because that's what I had way back. I'm just lazy. I haven't changed it. But yeah, that's it. On our gloves, I'm using the Aftershock imprint. We have some critical strike chance, all stats, ranks of landslide, and dexterity. The most important part here are ranks of landslide. If you can get some willpower or like all stats, that's super nice. Maybe crit damage on gloves. We don't really need crit chance in this build. It's always a nice addition to like let's say bosses and stuff that are immune to CC, but it's not essential. So if you don't have crit strike chance on your gloves, that's totally fine. But something like this works. For our legs, we're using the Mending Stone aspect, which makes our Earth and Bulwark gain a duration increase by 6. It's absolutely insane. The base duration of Earth and Bulwark is 3 seconds, so 6 more, it's 9 seconds uptime. It's absolutely insane. So we want that. It's a key for this build, key aspect for this build. I have trample ranks, damage reduction from distant enemies, damage reduction from close enemies, and some willpower on my legs. I sacrifice some survivability for damage. If you want, you can play something like maybe these legs. They have damage reduction while injured, max life, sadly a bad roll, but max life. pure flat out damage reduction, which is huge, and then damage reduction while fortified. These legs are super nice defensively. You could play that as well. I just want to. I don't know. I like gambling. I like being squishy and dealing more damage. It's up to your playstyle. You can play more defensively if you want to. Um, Again, blue gems in our legs. For our boots, we're using the quicksand aspect, which makes our earth skills slow enemies every time we hit them. Super nice. A slowed enemy counts as a crowd control enemy, and our earth skills deal more damage when we crowd control enemies. It's very nice. So we want the quicksand aspect on our boots. I have some spirit cost reduction. It's not really important for this build. We will regenerate so much spirit anyways. I feel that sometimes it's almost overkill to have spirit cost reduction, but I have it. It's nice. It's fine. Willpower always nice. It's more damage. All stats more damage, and also it helps with our Paragon nodes. Also damage reduction while injured. Super nice. For our weapon, I realized I had a wrong weapon on. This is the weapon I used in the showcase, but this is the weapon I'm currently using, the axe. But it doesn't really matter if you play an axe or if you play a mace. We're gonna use overpower damage, so it's not worthless to play a mace. It's actually pretty nice to gain that bonus overpower damage. But also damage to healthy enemies are super nice because we're hitting so hard to high health, like when they have a high health pool. So 42% when they're healthy is super nice. And this one has rolled better, so I'm playing with this one, but it doesn't really matter. Just a good weapon is nice. So willpower, damage to stun enemies. We're stunning enemies all the time, so that's nice. Critical strike damage with earth skills, that's nice. All damage we're doing is pretty much earth, so that's super nice. And core skill damage. That's landslide, so that's nice. And we have the crash stone aspect on this, which makes our earth skills deal more critical strike damage to crowd controlled enemies. This one is rolled anti-perfect, and it's also almost anti-perfect on my mace, so there's still room for improvement on this build. So I cleared a 59 key, a tier 59 Nightmare Dungeon key, as level 86. With pretty bad, not bad, I'm not gonna say I have bad gear, but it's not perfect. So that's nice. It's room for improvement. We have a green gem in here, critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. It's always nice. It helps against bosses, since you can't crowd control bosses unless they get the thingy, the stun thingy, after you stagger them too much. But I like green gems. If you want to play blue gems, it's up to you. You can do it. It's also good. Doesn't really matter. On our offhand, we're using totem, and yes, that's another point. We're not playing with a two-hander because we want cooldown reduction, and a totem can give us, example like this, 23.8% cooldown reduction, which is absolutely insane. So that's what we want. We have the natural balance aspect on this one, which makes our storm skill give us earth skill critical strike damage. It's nice when you can weave in that a bit. So that's what we're playing. Again, a green gem in there for vulnerable damage. I mean critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. We have some willpower. If you can get that, that's nice. Again, the most important part is cooldown reduction, but willpower is more damage. All stats is more damage. Always nice. For one of our rings, we're playing the conceit aspect. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it makes our barriers. I mean, when we have a barrier, we deal 20% more damage. So that is super nice because we're almost having barrier all the time. We're having almost 100% uptime on bulwark, and we're gonna spam it. And whenever we spam it, it gives us a barrier. So not only does this work as a defensive skill, but you can also use it offensively. Also offensively, it's gonna be used offensively as well. Ooh, real tongue twister. For our stats on the rings, we're using damage to slowed enemies, critical strike damage with earth skills, and vulnerable damage. I have crit strike chance. Again, this is not needed. I can reroll this ring to something better. I'm not sure why I haven't. I'm lazy. If I can get crit strike damage, that's nice. But anything goes really, to be honest. We need all types. We do so many sources of damage, so everything is good. If you get overpowered, that's good. If we get slowed enemies, that's good, because we crowd control. If you get stunned enemies, that's good. Vulnerable damage, that's good. Everything is good. I mean, crit constructions, it's decent against bosses. That's it, pretty much. On our second ring, we're playing the retribution aspect, which makes our damage to be increased by 40% against stun enemies. Also, distant enemies have a 8% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds. It's not important. We just want the damage here, which is nice. Since we're stunning enemies with Petrify, that's super nice. Again, critical strike damage. I have some crit strike chance. I even have lucky hit chance. Keep in mind, guys, I have a 22% lucky hit chance on my Landslide. My ring says it gives me 8.4% lucky hit chance. Don't get confused with this. So I said I had 22%. Let me unequip this ring. This ring gives me 8.4%, alright? Look at my Landslide. Now it has 20%. So it doesn't make you get 8.4% flat out lucky hit chance. Alright? It just makes it a bit higher. I don't know why it's like that. It just is. That's just how it works. And yeah, I have a 22% chance now, and again 20%. So, but I mean, lucky chance is not bad. But yeah, this ring is not perfect. Whatever, just anything you can get goes. And finally, for our neck, we're playing the Trampled Earth aspect, which is a key aspect to this build. I played it without this first, and my landslides were hitting like trucks. It was super nice. It dealt a lot of damage. But I'm gonna be honest, landslide is a bit clunky sometimes, and especially if you have like a wide area. I mean, like if you're in a big area with a lot of monsters, you have to target them one by one, or like if they're stacked together, landslide will kill them all pretty much. But if they're scattered, you won't clear them all with only spamming landslide. So you can, but it's gonna take time. So we play this, and you use trample, and you're gonna clear the entire screen. Also, this synergizes with what I said before, the aftershock aspect. It's insane. Let me just tell you, take my word for it, it's insane. Also, on top of synergizing together, this one also synergizes with your landslide rank or like your skill. Alright, so it's insane. It's insane. Everything synergizes. It's insane. Again, if you can get cooldown reduction, get cooldown reduction. Willpower is always nice. Dex is always nice for your paragons. Uh, Defiance ranks, that's nice. It's more damage to elites. It's decent. If you can get Envenom, that's insane. I think it's called Envenom. Yes. This is multiplicative damage. It's not additive. So for example, let's go to our ring again. It says critical strike damage, only 21.8%. It's the same as the lucky hit chance. So it's only like a base percent. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it only adds on top. Like it's not a big number, but this is a big number because it's multiplicative. You get so much more damage to poison enemies. It's bonkers. So if you can get Envenom on your neck, that's super nice. If you don't, that's fine. This build will still perform well. Alright, so that's the gear. I'm gonna go over Spirit Boons now, and I'm playing Obsidian Slam. I also bonded with the snake, so I can get Obsidian Slam and Calm Before the Storm. If I weren't playing Vasilis Prayer in Insatiable Fury, or Vasilis Prayer mostly, I might have ditched this and play Masochistic instead, but to be honest, I think I would play this anyways. You can ditch Obsidian Slam and play Masochistic for more survivability. I don't know, I like this setup. You can play with it, do whatever you want. 20 kills sounds like a lot, but you will kill stuff so fast and all the time with this build, so you're gonna proc overpower a lot, alright? With the Wolf, we're gonna go for Calamity. We wanna extend the duration of our Petrify by 25%. It's insane, it's nice, it's good. It stuns more for longer, so yeah. For the Eagle, we pick Avian Wrath. Again, this is multiplicative. Again, it's not additive. Absolutely insane, so we want this. You can get some attack speed. It's not bad actually. But if you want to bond with it, I wouldn't pick attack speed over Avian Wrath. And crit strike chance, we don't need it. It's not that important. Yeah, and with the deer, we're going with wariness for damage reduction from elites, which is always nice. Some more survivability, because we don't have anything better to pick here really. Yeah, and that's the Spirit Boons. If you want, you can bond with the wolf and play pack leader to reset your poison creeper. I don't like that. I just like playing this, to be honest. But you can do it. It's probably gonna give you more damage. I just like having overpower. It's yeah, it's nice. Whatever, do whatever you want. For our abilities, I decided to go with Wind Shear over Stormstrike, and you might wonder why would you do that? Everyone's playing Stormstrike. Because this build actually casts Landslide compared to other Trample Slides builds. Many just play with Trample and let the Trample do the work. I like having Landslide. I like doing millions of damage with Landslide as well, and weave in some casts with it, so I don't solely rely on my Trample ability. And I also want to play long range, so that's what I mean. I cast with this build, so I want to play long range as well. I charge in and I try to go out maybe after I charged in with the trample. I do some kiting if I'm playing high keys. You know, I just like having Wind Shear over Stormstrike. Stormstrike gives you damage reduction, which is insane. It's super nice. Maybe I will pick this on higher like nightmare maps and when I'm higher level. Right now I'm currently level 87, but yeah, I don't know. You gotta be in melee range to play Stormstrike. I don't like that. I like Wind Shear, and to be honest, another the second reason why I'm playing Wind Shear is because of well, two things. One of our legendary aspects, but also one of our passives we have later on in the tree. For our core skills, we're going with Landslide, obviously. We're taking Enhanced Landslide, and we're taking Primal Landslide. And this is why you don't need critical strike chance. Primal Landslide is absolutely insane. It gives you, every time you immobilize Poison Creeper, like when you immobilize with your Poison Creeper or you stun an enemy with your ultimate, Petrify, you gain a Terra mode. Every enemy, each enemy hit by a landslide. Oh, okay, it doesn't say that, but it gives you. If you have 20 mobs around you, you get 20 stacks of the Terra modes. You get 20 Terra modes, which means 20 of your landslides will crit and deal 40% increased critical damage. This is absolutely insane. Play this, it's nice. Predatory Instinct, you don't need it, but I took it to get down to Iron Fur. You don't need to have Iron Fur. When I cleared my 59 key, I didn't play Iron Fur, to be honest. I was playing more. I was actually having 2 points in Ancestral Fortitude because I forgot resistances are worthless in this game. Sadly, please fix Blizzard. But it is what it is. 2 points in Iron Fur. We go down to the defensive skills. We play Earthen Bulwark here, and I only have 1 rank in this. We want to get more ranks if it's possible, and that's why if you play a chess piece, you can have easily 7 skills or something, like 6 skills in Earthen Bulwark. We take Enhanced Earthen Bulwark for Unstoppable. We're gonna have so much, like so high uptime on this ability, so we're gonna be unstoppable pretty much all the time. It's insane. Preserving Earthen Bulwark, very nice. 45 damage, I mean life, it's nice. You can play around with this if you want more damage. I feel like the damage is so nice already that we don't need it, but you can play around with it. I like having 45. This build is a bit squishy, to be honest, depending on how high of a nightmare key you're playing or how difficult, but high the difficulty. But you can play around with these two. It doesn't make or break the build, but I like having this one. 1 point in Ancestral Fortitude, 3 points into Vigilance. Again, since we're casting Earthen Bulwark pretty much perma uptime, we're casting it so often, we can have this one almost up all the time as well, which is flat out 15% damage reduction. It's insane. It's very nice. Companion skills, 1 point into Poison Creeper, 1 point into Enhanced Poison Creeper. Well, you can only take 1 point in it. And then Ferocious Poison Creeper. It's more poison length, which synergizes with Envenom, which is very nice. I did play Brutal Poison Creeper when I cleared the 59 key. I don't know why. I forgot to change my talents or skill points. But yeah, pick this one. It's better. Yeah, I have Nature's Reach, and I have Clarity. And here's where the gear thing is coming. If you don't play with Unique, if you don't play with Insatiable Fury, the one that makes you a werewolf, and actually Vasilis Prayer, since right now we have 4 four abilities that are werebear skills. If you don't have that, if you're playing without Vasilis, you don't need to have clarity. You can pick it. You can put some more points into maybe Iron Fur for more survivability. You can even go down here and max out Safeguard. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. You could also play more maybe in in these talents here. It's more defense as well. Um, yeah, I don't know. I play with this because I want to regenerate more spirit. So for example, here I have 52 spirit. If I press Earth and Bulwark, I'm gonna turn into a bear. I'm gonna shoot my wind shear to get out of the bear form. I get spirit. Again, I get spirit. I can use landslide. Use that. I get spirit. Trample. Get spirit. I like everything I do is in bear form. It makes me turn into a bear because I'm playing with Earth, Vasilis Prayer and Insatiable Fury. Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, if I was playing double unique, I mean double legendary here, and I didn't have Vasilis Prayer and Insatiable Fury, I would get rid of these points for sure. So you can take them and you can put them in maybe Iron Fur. You can even go up here and play Wild Impulses. I am pretty sure since Landslide is a core skill and your trample makes you shoot landslides, I think they synergize as well. So this one could actually be insane, I think. Again, I haven't really needed the damage. My damage has been fine, but you can if you want more damage, you can put some points into here and maybe play more defensive on your legs. Maybe I should do that actually. Anyways, moving on, we are going to Wrath skills. Here we want Crushing Earth max. We want Stone Guard max. Safeguard I took one in. We're critting all the time, so that's always nice. You get more fortify. You can max this as well if you want even more, but I don't know. I didn't have the points for it. I decided to go with Clarity instead. We pick Trample. I only have 3 points into Trample. I don't have it maxed out because I didn't have enough points. Maybe I should take some points into Clarity and put in Trample. I don't know. I don't feel like I need it. I went with Enhanced Trample. And I'm going Savage Trample for Spirit Regeneration. You can play Natural Trample, but I don't know. I like the Spirit Regeneration. It's nice. 1 point into Neurotoxin, and then we're going with Envenom again. This ability is broken, or this passive, so if you can get it to roll on your neck, you're good. And of course, our Poison Creeper is what makes us poison enemies. So yeah, don't play around with this too much. I mean, don't play around it. Like you don't. If your Poison Creeper is on cooldown, it's not like you can't do damage because you don't have it up. It's totally fine. You're still gonna deal insane amount of damage. For our ultimate skills, we're going with Petrify, Prime Petrify, and Supreme Petrify. I guess you could take a point out of this if you want to and put it in something else. I don't know. I like getting Spirit. I like overcapping Spirit more than not having it. So it's up to you. You can play around with it. If you don't like to have more Spirit on Petrify kills, maybe switch something else. Maybe you can take a point out of Savage Trample and put it in Natural Trample instead if you want. It's up to you. I have 3 points into Defiance. I get 3 from my Amulet as well, so 6. 3 points into Natural Disaster and 3 points into Resonance. And this is what synergizes again with our Wind Shear. So whenever we cast Wind Shear, we will get 45%. I mean, not 45%. We will get 80% times 3. Yes, we will on our Earth skill. And again, everything we cast are Earth skills. So you can see here, bonus damage if the next skill cast is an Earth skill. Trample is cast again, Stone Strike. Bonus damage if the next skill is an Earth skill. Landslide, next. Everything is Earth skill. It's very nice. And then for our key passive, we have Earthen Might. And Earthen Might it's actually very nice. It doesn't have super high chance to proc, but it is higher than you think. And when it procs, it's very nice. If you're out of spirit and it procs, you get full spirit, and all your critical strikes are all your attacks are Jesus Christmas. All our attacks are critical strikes. You don't need the critical strikes that much, but it's always nice against bosses if it procs. And that is the abilities. Going over Paragons, I decided to go up here. The biggest important uh, glyph we have is exploit. You want exploit. We need to proc vulnerable somehow. And since we're not playing Storm Strike, we only have a 20% chance on a win share to proc vulnerable. So if you can get exploit up to 15 as soon as possible, that is very important. Or even if you don't get it to 15, if you can somehow get 25 dexterity in it, it's gonna be worth it. You need to have this. I'm telling you. Like the build works without it, but when you're gonna go push higher keys, you're gonna have to have this. This is insane. Um, I have Earth and Sky Glyph. It's just a nice bonus. I have Gustler, potion healing, and some damage while healthy. It's always nice. And then I have Spirit. It's only level 9. I can say when I cleared the 59 tier map, I only had level 13 or something in Earth and Sky as well. Like my glyphs were low level. Anyways, moving up the glyph, the Paragon tree, we take some damage. We go up here, our first glyph. I put Earth and Sky here. We move on. We take some damage, int damage. Yeah, we move up here. Our first tree is the Ancestral Guidance. So I don't think many people play this, but I feel like this one is really nice. We're gonna spend spirit all the time, and not only that, when you move into this tree, you get these nodes, the magic nodes. They give you 1 spirit on kill, and that is also why we don't have issues with spirit. And this one gives you 2 spirit on kill. So we have 4 spirit on every kill. It's very nice. It doesn't sound like a lot. Trust me, it all adds up. We move in here, we take this. It's always nice. 30% for 5 seconds. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's always nice to get after spending 75 spirit, since we're spending it all the time. And we're regenerating it all the time as well. Core skill damage. Basic skill sucks. We don't want basic skill, but that's what we had to go with. We take spiritual power for more core skill damage. And then we move on here. I put my Gustler here. And I took the Harmony node, which gives us even more core skill damage. And again, this all synergizes with the Trample imprint, Trampled Earth aspect, and also our regular Landslide. It's very nice. So moving on, we're going to the next tree here. We're going with Earthen Devastation. Since we're crowd controlling enemies all the time, we want this. This is amazing. It's nice. It's good. We go with this. I went up here. More damage, some intellect, whatever. Here I have my spirit glyph. Sadly, this one is not leveled. I don't have enough paragon points, and it's also not wide radius yet, so I'm kind of missing out. This one we get, like, we will do even more damage when this one gets leveled. It's very nice. I went down here and I decided to pick this earth skill damage. Moving on, we went through here to get some. I mean, resistances suck in this game, but at the moment at least. But we had to go here, otherwise we'd have to go around. I mean, I guess we could, but you don't really miss out. So I went up here. I took the Earth Devastation, of course. We take that one. We went down here. Oppress, damage to crowd control enemies. We're crowd controlling all the time. We want that. I'm gonna pick this. I just don't have the Paragon point yet. So yeah. Moving on, we're going to the last branch as of right now, and that is the survival instincts. The Werebear, Paragon tree. Since we're casting Werebear skills, this is very nice. It gives you your trample. I mean, this is better when you play with the legendary that I'm playing right now, Insatiable Fury. So maybe if you don't have Insatiable Fury, you don't need to go with this one. Actually, to be honest, you can play with something else. You could probably go with Heightened Malice. I would probably do that. That's 45% more damage. I think I would do that if I didn't play the Werebear legendary. I would play Heightened Malice, to be honest. So go for that instead. But if you decide to go with Insatiable Fury, you can go here. We take some damage, damage to healthy enemies. I don't meet the requirements here. The hell? And of course, exploit the exploit glyph. Very nice. Alright, so we went over the gear, went over the skills, and we went over the Paragontree. So now we're gonna go over some combos. Okay, so through the magic of editing, we made it into a tier 49 nightmare map, and it's not the best for us, it's not the worst for us. Actually, it's kind of bad for us. Crowd control duration versus monsters is reduced by 40%, but other than that, it should be okay. Suppressor affix on elites sucks, but whatever, it is what it is. Let's try this. I just want to show you a combo where you trample in and you petrify. So what trample is good for, not only damage, trample is amazing, landslide is also amazing, especially against elites, but what trample is really good for is to apply exploit, the exploit glyph. When you have this at, like when you have it activated, if you meet the requirements, when an enemy is damaged by you, they become vulnerable for 3 seconds, blah 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 blah. This cannot happen every 20 seconds, whatever. When you have this, you can apply vulnerable easy, and you want to do that, and that's why trample is so amazing. So I'm gonna try to explain. When you trample, it shoots out one set of landslides and then another set of landslides. When you trample into like a big pack of monsters, the first set of landslides will make everything vulnerable and hit them and slow them. So they will get vulnerable and they will slow them, which means our crowd controlled critical strike damage will proc, as well as of course the vulnerable damage. If you combine this also with Petrify, or let's say Poison Creeper, it can feel a bit clunky with Poison Creeper, I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you do it with Petrify, Petrify has kind of big radius. I'm gonna show you. This is Poison Creeper. It's not a huge radius, it's decent, but Petrify, it's almost the entire screen. Petrify is awesome, especially if you have like a wide area. You trample in. I mean, Landslide also covers the entire screen pretty much. If you do this, you will kill everything on that map, unless there's those champions that makes the enemies take less damage. This is a very lethal combo, trust me. Especially if you wind shear before and you proc what's it called? What's it called? Resonance. Yeah, if you proc resonance, it's insane. Not only that, you also proc this natural balance aspect. As you can see here, this is the natural balance aspect, and this is the resonance talent. So if I'm gonna use like let's say I use a earth ability here, it consumed it, so now my next storm skill is gonna be increased. We don't really care about storm skills, but you just cast wind shear again, and you got the buff again, and you see this one is up. So if you have these two up when you cast landslide, I mean trample or landslide, your damage will be insane. Trust me. Ideally, you want to press Earthen Bulwark, shoot one time, so you get the thingy, resonance, and this one, and have the fortify and barrier up from Earthen Bulwark. Your damage will be insane. Just trust me. Just trust me. It will be absolutely insane. I'm gonna try it maybe now if I can find some nice elite. Of course, the damage reduction, guys. Let me check here for some elites. Okay, here they have suppressor, but whatever, we're gonna try anyways. Well, I mean, it's hard when they have suppressor, but as you can see, my landslide, my trample almost killed the the two elites in the back. Like I wasn't even targeting them. I mean, this was a really bad map to showcase. I'm sorry, guys, but whatever. It is what it is. And like I said, this build is kind of squishy when you don't have your Earthen Bulwark up. Now I'm just running around as well, but It's really nice. Trust me. It's really, and I'm gonna be honest. This is the most fun build I've played so far as a druid. I just want to say that this is the most fun build I've played because you have so much. Like you have petrify, you have your poison creeper. I mean, trample is nice in itself. It's fun. It's a fun ability, especially combined with the aspects you have. I mean, earthen bulwark. It is what it is. And then landslide. I mean, I just like the way landslide looks. It's really nice. But I mean, this is a tier 49 map, which sucks for us, by the way. This map kind of sucks for us. But I mean, look at that. That's 2.5 million hit. Like this build is awesome. Trust me, guys. It is. Like, it's awesome. Anyways, I think that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this very long guide. And if you did, and if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and if you want, if you watch Twitch, you can always catch me on Twitch. I try to stream almost every single day at twitch.tv/Dandario. I would highly appreciate a follow there as well. And yeah, and if you have any questions, type in the comments or type on my Twitch, whisper me on Twitch, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Enjoy.